Welcome guys to GenX Club. Today we are going to build a glowing GenX Club logo using JavaScript to trigger the color changes. So let's begin with HTML. We're going to give a title to our project, random color text. Next, we're going to make a text on top of the screen to display the color code. So let's give it a class color text and a paragraph with the ID text and name as text, color text. And once we are done with that, let's zoom in and let's move on building with our GenX Club logo, giving the main class, making it under h1 using span so that we can style each of these Gen, X and Club separately. Now let's write the text X and Club and give each of these IDs. Let's save it. That's it for HTML. And now let's add the script tag for JavaScript, index.js. And style.css. Cool. We're done with the structure. Now let's make the new file style.css. So the first thing we are going to do in style.css is get a custom font. Let's go to Google Font website. We are looking for Red Rose, which is a really suiting font for this project. And we are going to copy the art import and paste it in our style.css. Next, we need to clear up all the additional margin to 0 pixels and the padding as well. And set our family font to Red Rose. Now let's set the font weight to 700. We will set the color to white, even though it makes the text not visible right now. It is because we will be changing the background to black later on. Let's make the body. Before we move, let's comment the color so that we can see the font, and set body to minimum height 100 VH. Nice. Now let's set dot color text class, set it to position relative and display to flux with width at 100 VH so that we can set it to center. Let's use justify content center and also align items to center. Nice. So now let's move to actual text. Let's align the text to center. So text align center and give it a color black. The reason we are giving it black is because we'll be changing the background color, so we want it to look visible. So let's uncomment on the top and you can see how GenX Club is not visible. Anyways, we will comment both of them and come back later. So let's set the width to 100% with the background of hash 00ff00. It's green color. So now you can see it looks better on the top. Let's give it a font size of 40 pixels. Now let's go to the main class. Copying the same attributes from earlier, position to relative, and display to flux. I need to spell it properly. Display to flux. Scroll down a bit. Let's justify content to center and align the items to center. We also need to set the height and width. So width is 100 VW and height as 100 VH. Now let's save it. Let's scroll a bit and you can see the main has 100 view height. And let's change the background to black. And let's uncomment the previous font colors so we can see the Gen X Club text. Yeah, there you go. So moving on, let's style the H1, setting the display to flux so that we can center the span tags. Let's give a justify content center and give it a width of 100 VW. Okay, now let's work on the span. So we won't be giving a lot of styling here. We'll just give a font size of, let's give it 60 pixels. Yeah, let me zoom out and you can see the actual sizes. Now let's style each of those span. First, let's go with Gen. Position, let's give it absolute. So now they're all jumbled up. So it will give us easy to set them up on the center of this or any part of the screen. So let's give a right 60%. As you can see, Gen has gone a little left side. And a top of 43%. We can change this later. So let's copy paste for the other two spans. We need to change the ID. So one is X and club. Let's save it and make the right to left so that it goes, so the club goes to the right side. And let's keep the top same and let's give it a font size of 200 pixels. 200 pixels. Nice. So that's a good size. Let's change the top and remove the right so that we can put it into the center. There we go. Now let's adjust the top for club and copy the same thing. Let's give it 35. Let's copy the same thing to Gen. Let's increase the size for all the span. It was 60 pixels. Over here it is. Let's change it to 80 and come back and readjust the top. Maybe 35, 36, maybe 37. Yeah, that's good. So let's copy that, paste here, and they look perfect. Now let's do the glowing effect. Let's give a text shadow at 0, 0, the positions X and Y, the size of the shadow, and color 00 FF00, the green. Let's save it and you can see the glowing effect on the X. So let's add another bigger shadow, same position 0, 0 with 100 px and same color. Let's save it. Oh, semicolon. save it. Nice. So let's add more. So the more the size, I believe the effect looks much more glowy. So let's add 3 more, 150, 200 and 250, the same color. Let's check it again, and yeah, let's save it. Semicolon. There you go. Awesome. That looks good. Pretty cool, huh? Let's add some color to Club and Gen so that it looks similar to our logo, GenX Club. There you go. That's it from CSS. Now let's move to index.js. Let's start with getting all the IDs. So first the expand, we'll make it into a button so that it triggers the change of the text on the top and the color of the background. So we got the color text is equals to document dot get element by ID, and ID is text. Nice. Let's save this. Okay, cool. So now let's trigger the X logo as a button. So we'll add event listener, give it a click, and give a callback function. So this is called a callback function. So basically whenever it's clicked, this function has to be executed. Okay, so let's make it. So let's test it first. Let's do a console log. Console.log, let's write clicked on X and test it. Save it. Open our developer tool. There you go. Let's go to console tab. Sorry, console tab. And let's click on X. As you can see on the console, it gives you the message. Let me zoom in. Yeah. So you can see the click on X. Let me remove the mobile. Yeah, there you go. So now we know it's working. So let's move the console now and work on the design. Okay. So we want to change the color text background. So let's go .style.background and give it a color FF00FF. I think that's purple. Let's save it. And there you go, it's working. Nice. Now let's change the text as well. Color text dot style. Oh, sorry, my bad. Inner.html, and give it the same color. Nice. You can see it on the text. Awesome. So we don't want this to happen like this. We want it to be randomly generated or something. So let's give it a color array and add some colors. Red, what else? Green, blue, gray. Yeah, that will be enough. Okay, so we have an array of colors now. So let's get a random number. So we will get random color, math dot, not random. Let's change it to random, the variable name, and math dot floor. So it basically rounds down the number. Math dot random into the length of the array. Okay. So this is how it works. So length of the array is red, green, blue, gray. So that's basically color dot length is basically 4. Nice. And what it's telling you math dot random is to generate only 4 different index, and that is 0, 1, 2, or 3. Okay, so these are the index values the random variable is going to generate, and we are going to use that to find the location of the colors and update our text and background. So let's do color text dot inner HTML is equals to, let's give a backtick, new colors is, and let's put a variable. So we need to use dollar and flower to use it inside the text, and colors, and the index value is random. Okay, let's save it. Let me readjust a little bit so it's visible. Okay, this is better. Okay, we are saved. Now let's click on X, and oh, we did some mistake. Let's see. Oh yeah, so the mat.random requires parenthesis. Okay, let's save. Let's try again. Boom. So you can see the colors. New color is gray, blue, red, and it's going on. So now let's change the background. Okay. Before that, let's make this X feel like a button by giving it a cursor pointer. There. Nice. So now let's get back and make updates to the background of the color randomly. So color text dot style dot background equal to, let's copy the variable on the top, colors of random. Let's save it. Let's test it out, and there you go. We have made the random color generator. Well, it's not random enough because we have only 4 colors. Okay, let's make another array, but this time with hexa color codes. Okay, so let's add a comment over here. Hex colors, and let's make this as normal colors. Normal colors. Nice. Now let's make an array. Hex colors. Let's give red, green, blue, but in hexa codes. So that's 00 FF00, that's green, comma FF0000, that is red, and last one 0000FF, that is blue. Cool, let's save this. Now in our random variable, let's change the array name from colors to hex color, and everywhere else. Hex color. Let's save it, and it is okay. Oh yeah, we forgot, we require hash before the color, so let's put a backtick for this. Let's give the variable name hash, the name of the variable, and you can see now the colors are changing. We're getting red and blue. Let's click more. Oh yeah, finally green. So we got all 3 colors. Awesome. But we want all the colors. Okay, so let's make a hexa color code generator. Okay, so all we do is first let's make a list of the hexa numbers. Okay, so let's call it hex is equals to, we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 A, B, got C, D, E, and F. Okay, let's save this. Okay, we got the hex array now. Now let's make a for loop. Let's remove the random. You don't need it anymore. So let's use for loop. Give an I variable. Let I is equal to 0. And I less than 6 because we want the hexa code has 6 characters or numbers. So we're going to give it 6 and I plus this. Cool. So inside this we are going to generate random numbers. So let's go random is equals to math.floor. math.random parenthesis into hex dot length. Nice. So now this is going to generate random number with respect to that length. So that will be 0 to 15, I think. Yeah, that will do. Okay, so now let's create a text called hex call equal to hash. So what you're going to do is you're going to keep adding to hex call, like concatenating. Okay, so we are going to add strings instead of numbers. So hex call, we can use plus is equals to, it's going to add, it's like an increment with so this is, in this case it's concatenation. So hex of random, we need to let's try it out. Let's change the hex color random to hex call, and it's working. Nice. Okay, now let's update the background color. Oh. Yeah, there you go. Since we already had the hash before, so it was double hash. Anyway, so we have fixed it and it's working now. Awesome. Good. We have made a random color generator now. So now let's change the glowing shadow behind the text. So hex.style.text shadow. This is how it's written in JavaScript. Instead of dash, we use capital hash. So we need to follow the same rules. That is 0, the positions x, y, 0, 0, size of the shadow, and so now name of the color. So in this case it is hex call. Nice. So we need to add how many times? 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's change the size, 100 pixels, 150 and 200, or I think we are missing one. Let's add 0, 50 to 50 pixels. There. Let's save it. And I think, yeah, we spell it wrong. Oh, we have an extra one over here. That's 150, 200, 250. We have an extra one here. So let's remove one of those. Yeah. So let's save this and let's click on it, and there you go. So our logo X also has an awesome shadow now. Look at that, it looks amazing. Yeah, do comment down below which color do you like with this logo and the background shadow color. Awesome. So we have made this. So definitely we can even make more things. So let's go back to HTML and let's comment down Gen and Club and update the X to the whole name of our community, Gen X Club, and let's save it. Oh, it's huge. Let's make this browser bigger. Awesome. So you can click on it and voila. It looks amazing, right? Yeah, do test out, change the name, add your name, and let us know which color looks awesome behind as a shadow. Pretty cool, right? Yep, we are almost done. So one last trick, and this has no relation to JavaScript. So let's get back the previous design. Yeah, we have this. So let's go to CSS and add some animation which changes the color by itself, like in a rotation. So let's add animation, name it as ANI, Annie or something, anime, yeah, just Annie. Let's give it 5 seconds, infinity. So infinity makes it as it says infinity. Let's give it a easy transmission. Okay, and let's go make a keyframe. So keyframe is used to make the animation. So So we'll call it as add keyframes. Name of the animation, so we had written Annie, so let's use that. Awesome. Now we need to put percentages, so 0% at starting what it has to do. So let's make a filter. So we have something called as UV rotation, so we're going to put 0 degrees because it's at 0%, and when it's at 100% we're going to put the filter to UV rotation of 360 degrees. So we are almost done. 360 degrees, and let's save it. And wow, that looks amazing. Thanks for watching, guys. That's all for today. I'll see you guys in the next video. Enjoy.